This is day 7 of my Black History Month vlog series titled, Why Did Jesus Curse the Fig Tree? After discovering that the tree of life in the Garden of Eden was a fig tree, it made me think about the Bible story where Jesus cursed the fig tree and the next day it withered and died. In my mind, I kept wondering, why would Jesus curse a tree? Trees are my favourite people. I hate to hear of trees being cut down, so for the life of me, I couldn't fathom why Jesus would curse one of the oldest trees in the world. Just because it wasn't bearing fruit? That's like a guy saying to me, you'll never find love again now that you're menopausal and past childbearing age. I racked my brain to think why Jesus, the ever-loving Son of God, would curse a beautiful tree to the point where it withered and died. So I did a meditation with a psychedelic plant medicine and asked my higher self, why did Jesus curse the fig tree? I looked at my arm. My skin looked like snake skin. I was given a one-line message, which is now the title of a book I'm writing. A lot of what I've written for this blog series is actually content for that book, especially where I explain how figs relate to fertility. I've been on this quest for the truth since the beginning of my awakening in 2001. It's taken me 20 years to get to the truth about the Divine Mother. Let's explore why Jesus cursed the fig tree and what the fig tree symbolizes. Everything in the Bible is metaphors and symbolism and weren't meant to be taken literally. Even Jesus spoke in parables. So if we look at the two Bible stories, the fig tree in the Garden of Eden and Jesus cursing the fig tree from an esoteric point of view, they'll make more sense. As we now know, Western religions removed the Divine Mother from the creation story and replaced her with a Holy Spirit. Then they blamed Eve for the fall of humanity, indirectly blaming the black woman, which allowed them to use their religions to suppress the feminine energy. Black women have been the most oppressed by their religions. They flooded Africa, the motherland, with their holy books to pave the way for colonialism. This allowed them to put themselves in the position of the black woman and to usurp her position. If we look at the story of Jesus cursing the fig tree from an esoteric point of view, it will begin to make more sense. Carl Jung, a Swiss psychologist and historian of religion, said, "No tree can grow to heaven unless its roots reach down to hell." In other words, you cannot become an enlightened being just by walking in the light. You also have to experience the deepest, darkest parts of yourself, or dark night of the soul. Quote from Carl Jung. On the journey to becoming enlightened, the path to becoming the greatest possible version of yourself, you must first truly understand and comprehend the capacity for evil within you. You must meditate on these evils and their accompanying motivations, consequences, and feelings. Feelings of inflicting suffering upon others. Only then are you truly capable of embodying the greatest good. True goodness doesn't emerge from a blissful ignorance of evil. These people fall apart when they encounter true evil that they can't explain. Goodness can only come from a true understanding of evil and the choice to act good while facing the suffering of life. This truth is embedded in our genetic coding and is likely why we all feel a sense of gratification when the evil villain redeems himself into the hero that saves the day. The central story of Christianity is that a divine light exists within all of us. Therefore, redemption and the ability to attain Christ consciousness is inherent in us all, regardless of class or status. But you must first go into the darkest caves of your soul and confront and slay the dragon. Then bring the treasure back to your community, returning as the triumphant hero. Perhaps Jesus cursing the fig tree was symbolic of him slaying his dragon. Rather than inflicting his darkness on another human being, he directed it towards a tree. I spent 3 years recovering from my dark night of the soul, and I can truly say it was my deepest, darkest experience ever. Yet as a result, I became a Christed female and am now ready to help the feminine energy continue to rise. In 2020, during lockdown, I was travelling backwards and forwards to my brother's to record the audiobooks of the 3rd edition of Journey of a Sister. I kept seeing 1333 on the clock, to the point where I had to look up what it meant. 1333 represents the new earth, golden age of Gaia, through the Sacred Heart and the Christed female, the return of the goddess, Shekinah and Sophia, the sacred divine feminine. It is divinely powerful when you see these combinations of 1333 together, each one coming to you throughout your day. Together, they are telling you that you are a sacred way shower, a frequency holder of the new earth, that cellular rejuvenation of your light codes is taking place. 13 is the return of the goddess in all things. There are 13 lunar cycles in a solar year that honour the sacred divine feminine, and at one time you followed here on earth. 13 was the sacred number of the ancient Egyptians, part of the sacred geometry of creation to activate their sacred light body. 13 has a secret divine power and esoteric frequency of the mother essence to transform all things. In the past, the 13 number vibration was one of fear, as the power elite of the time wanted to steer you away from its true direct connection with source creation. It is why they distorted the truth, creating instant fright around 13. Your indigenous and ancient cultures used a different system of time and communion with the cosmos, life and spirit that was more in tune to the natural rhythms of creation and heartbeat of Gaia. This holy way of balance is returning through the great shift of the ages. The 13 vibration is a part of the holy alignment and healing. Sacred code frequency meaning of 33. 33 is the Sacred Heart, Ascension, the Masters of Ascended Light and Love, the return of the Shekinah, the Holy Spirit heart flame of the Mother of Creation. Jesus cursed the fig tree because it symbolized fertility, and those who constructed the Bible despised the divine feminine, which is represented by the black woman. If you're wondering what all this has to do with Black History Month, go back to day 2, the origins of Christianity. Day 8 of this vlog series is titled, Who is the Black Woman? Continue your journey of self-discovery. Share this video to help spread the truth. Click on the link in the description to a playlist where you can watch all the videos in this Black History Month vlog series.